some good news and some bad news came out of our report. The bad news is that unfortunately, despite being known as a relatively healthy adult population and a region known for outdoor recreation, we didn't manage to buck any national trends. Our rate of physical activity for youth was lower than the national average at 19% of youth meeting the CDC's recommended 60 minutes of daily physical activity. And we also saw stark inequities in who has access to youth sports, parks, opportunities for free play. So for example, we found that youth who do not speak English at home are less likely to meet the CDC's recommendations than youth who do speak English. Youth of color are less likely to play at parks near their homes than their white peers, and low-income youth have less access to organized sports than affluent youth, all the things that we're talking about here today. Did my mic just go off? Oh, there it is. The good news, however, is that we had an amazing advisory board who led us through this process. And that advisory board was made up of representatives from government, from the private sector, from direct service providers, and they met and were a really dynamic and interesting and thoughtful group. And fortunately, they have already begun the collective action. And so when we released our report this past week, we also announced that we are launching the King County Play Equity Coalition. So the Play Equity Coalition is going to take the recommendations from our report and put those into action. And some of those recommendations that we'll start with are making schools as the community hub for physical activity and building an equity toolkit for sports program providers. So those are two of the ones that we're going to start with. We also had the privilege of being able to announce at our launch that all of the pro sports teams in our area, including our new NHL team, support the Play Equity Coalition. So we are building a really robust and dynamic group of people who are going to attack the trends and problems that we saw in King County. And hopefully next year I can come back here and tell you that we've taken the voices of our community to heart and taken the responsibility that they've given us by sharing all the information with us. And we've really done something about it. And I look forward to telling you more about it next year. Thank you.